Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Um, First off, I'd like to say that I am sorry for not uploading as frequently as I used to. Um, if anyone knows, I am currently trying to go off and be a web designer, and with my online lessons and school coming together, I've been getting really busy, and I really haven't had much time to play this game. So I am sorry if anyone's getting worried, and I'll try to upload at least once a week. And if not, then I'll try to at least upload some at some relative time. Um, but anyways, I had this video idea in my mind for a very long time, and here I will be making a video about how I've created all my overtime levels, all three of them, and basically give you a rundown on how, if you want to build a level like it, I could show you in this video. So let's first head off and let's first off create a new level. And I guess one of the many very important things about creating a level like this is your song choice. For me, I really like choosing songs that have a really good drop, but nothing like an insane drop like any of Vic Stroller's songs. So for our song choice, I will choose let's see, Creo Place of Fire. I've used this song for a lot, but this is a really good song that I could choose. And basically the first thing you want to do is go to like somewhere relatively in the near the middle of the editor, and basically the first thing that you are going to do is build something like this, which is what I call it the base, the foundation of uh the the level. So basically what you want to do is first off place down a dot or something to represent the center of the base. You can choose whatever you want, but I relatively like choosing a circle. And you're going to assign it to a group. The layering doesn't matter because we will make this invisible, but after you assign it to a group, you are going to first off place down a static and assign it to that group. You don't need to check any of these because we're just making static. We're not gonna have the icon be shown at all. And you'll set the move time to 0. So when you do go into the level, as you see, it will just show the dot. So then what you are going to do next is you are going to try to find the measurement, at least for like your device, but for me, since I have a relatively small screen, I'll have to do something extra. But as you see right here, for anyone who has any phone, you're going to at least place a block that is at least 5 or 6 above the dot, and the same goes for below, and at least 9 or 10 dots, at least 9 or 10 editor spaces to the left and right. And basically when you do this, you're going to get something that's kind of like this. And another important thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to select this entire unit thing, and you're going to check don't fade and don't enter and glow. The reason why is because don't fade, it will make sure that it doesn't fade on the sides so that people have a relatively good view of the borders that you have just created. So when they go, yeah, when they do end up going in, you're going to see this. And what you'll want to do next is you'll want to at least close this in. So what you can just do is you can like delete these, and you're going to close these in like this, and then you're going to delete these. and then you're going to put these in. And the reason why I'm doing this is so they can end up seeing the border, so then you'll get this. But for devices with wider screens, you might end up seeing on the outside a bit. So what I usually do is I will copy the values of one of these, grab the plain one of these, and the reason I'm using these blocks is so I don't have to use extra blocks to make the line kind of just like trace around like this. I usually go out at least 2 or 3 extra layers so that everyone will be able to see. So after you go in, you just trace around here a couple of layers. Oop. And we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And then this. And then we'll select all of these. And do this. There we go. So now for wire devices, they'll just see like just blackness around instead of the actual background. So now you have your base complete like this. So the next thing that I will do, well, besides one of my other levels, but I usually like choosing just a plain background. And for the grounds, it doesn't really matter because you're just gonna make it be black and then the line will be invisible. So now that you got this down, now comes actually creating the effects. And this is why I like choosing songs that start. So this is why I like songs, because they need to set it to like a calm part and you'll have just a slow build up instead of hopping right into the action. So I guess the first thing that we can do is just start it off with it just showing just a black screen with, I guess, my name and logo, or just your name. So another good thing about doing this is all you have to do is build in this general area. Stuff will kind of get a little tricky because you have to start putting stuff on top of other stuff, especially transitions, which is why you should save the top layers for transitions and then the bottom layers for the actual effects. So what you can do is, I guess we can start off with just a simple fade since the start of this song is relatively calm. So what we can do first is scale this up to 2, and we'll just kind of copy this like this. And we'll put this on T2 since the text will go on T3. Make sure to always check don't fade and don't enter and uncheck glow. We'll put this on color 2 because we'll save color 1 for the text, and we'll make this be black. So then we can just keep copying this until we cover that entire area, and we'll put this in a group. In this case it will be group 2, and we'll set this to the Z layer of 1. So now we have this. Oh, and another important thing I forgot to mention, make sure this is on T3 and at the highest layer possible because you don't want anything to be on top of this. Unless if you're going to do something really crazy, in which case go for it. So now that we got this down, we can now go into another layer. And remember that the dot will always be right here. So in which case I'll put down a random trigger right here to remember that the dot is right there. We'll want to make sure the text is right in the middle. So we'll set this here and we'll just put down, in this case you can put down your name or the level name, in which case I'll just put down my own name. Here we go. We'll uncheck glow, we'll put this on T3, don't fade, don't enter, and we'll put this in the same group. And we'll put this in color 1. So there we go. So now what we can do next is we can have it slide up instead of fade. So luckily we have this in the same group, in which case all we'll do is we'll just copy the value of this and we'll just grab this right here. This is just for decoration purposes. So we'll paste it right here, and I guess we can scale this up to 2. So it'll be the same right there. And we'll do this. Here's another thing. You should have a select filter check, because this comes in really handy, especially in situations like what we're in. So the select filter of which you set the off of right here, the custom delete. So then if we go to like select this entire thing, as you see, it only selected these blocks right here. So that's why I really like this. So we'll also put this in color 1. We'll uncheck this, and we'll put this 1 layer higher. So we can't see it right now, but if we were to have this move up, I guess right here, right where the song kind of starts fading away a bit, we'll have it in, I guess, 1 second. Is that right? Let's set it to somewhere around right there where the song kind of starts going up again. So that'll be about, I guess, 1.6. We'll have it move Y up 130 just to be safe, and we'll have it do it as a sign in to kind of go with the song. So if you want to go and take a look at it without doing the save and play, make sure you uncheck follow player, so that way it'll stay kind of right here. So if you were to take a look at what we have right now, let's center it a little bit. There we go. And now we can just go on ahead and start building some basic effects. So I guess what we can do is set the background to, we'll make it black, and we'll just make sure that we're on a free layer. So layer 4 is fine. We'll just put down a basic, I guess we could put down a little basic checkerboard pattern. So we'll just go on ahead and start creating a little basic checkerboard pattern like this. Alright. And another thing is, this is why I said make sure to move it in the center, because you're going to be having stuff sliding in from every direction, at least unless you want to keep transitions, but stuff to start sliding in from over here, you don't want to be all the way back at the beginning, or else things are going to get crammed there and it's going to be looking really ugly. So that's why this is somewhere basically around the middle, and that's another reason, this is another reason why you should probably, just for, you know, saving you some time, grab a couple of triggers that you know you're not ever going to be using in this level. For example, the animate trigger, and just kind of put them on the ends of the black border. So let's say in case if you accidentally slide off somewhere and you kind of don't know where what your building is at, you can just make sure to find these blue lines and you'll end up finding where you're building, because that kind of happened to me while I was building a couple of my overtime levels, and I spent almost 5 minutes trying to find where I was building at. So now we have our little basic checkerboard pattern, and I guess we'll make it kind of like a dark gray that almost blends into the background, but not really. So we'll just put it, so what we'll do is we'll just put it in group 3, and we'll just make it be, hold on. Oh crap, guess I must use the wrong block, so we'll go on ahead and rebuild it. Like so. And here we go. Alright. So we'll make sure it's at least somewhat of a black that's kind of dark enough to make it look pretty cool. Choose this dark gray, something like that. We'll set the saturation down to 0.80 and the brightness down to 0.80. And we're going to take a look at it. Let's bring down the brightness a little bit more and same with the saturation. There. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's pretty good. And we'll have it just slowly be sliding in from the right. Like this. There we go. So we'll go on ahead and put this in a new group. Group 3, we'll set it on B4. We'll check those, put that on 1, and check that. And now we'll have it start right when the transition is starting. So right here will be good. So we'll have it go on all the way until the, I guess, build up part starts up in this song, which will be somewhere here. Alright. We'll have it go on from there because we're going to have a transition set up right before, so we want the effect to continue so it doesn't look ugly, basically. And it looks like 10 seconds is fine. So we'll have it move back about -230 should be fine. Let's see, is that the right group? Yes, it is. So now we'll put down a starting position right here so we don't have to wait through that beginning a little bit. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna move this down. There we go. That dot we're about to make invisible, but as you see, we got something nice coming through. So we'll just go on ahead and add a little bit more over here on this end. And so as you basically see, it's basically just going off your imagination of creating either art or transitions or maybe a combination of the both. So we'll go on ahead and make the dot invisible. So we're going to put it in the next free group and make it be black and blending. So now the dot's invisible. And so that's kind of basically how I usually create my overtime series, doing that. And it's basically all about your imagination on what you want to build. Like, for example, Cutie decided to make a recreation of all of the levels that he really liked, thought that was really cool. And it's called Levels, or Level. So it's basically all on your imagination on what you want to do and stuff. So that's pretty much all. That's pretty much just all about what the overtime series is. I just kind of went off on. It started off as me just like having fun, you know. Basically on the first one, like I said, it only took me about 3 hours to make it because I just wanted to make a random short little animation thingy, you know. And then all of a sudden, I really liked it and decided to continue on all the way until the end. And no, there's not going to be an overtime 4, I'm sorry, but I kind of used up the whole song. But I am working on a couple of short little animation things kind of like it that'll probably be part of the series. So yeah, that's pretty much the old tutorial. I'm sorry if this one's really short, but I'll try to see if I can make another one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next level, or video. See ya.